Have you told me I have a nice haircut yet?
Oh, here we go. Ooh, I want to talk about my haircut because I got a haircut today.
Have you?
Earlier when you got home.
I don't remember.
Hey, everyone, look at my hair.
I don't remember anything that happened today because I've been so fucking hungover.
And
I'm drunk again.
Why were you so hungover, Coop?
I don't know, Joel. Who was the one that made me stay up until 4:22 in the morning playing Red Dead Redemption?
We actually didn't play it at all.
No, we didn't. We just
talked about how great our lives were.
Yeah, how fucking drunk were we if we...
That's a first, I think.
Fucking losers talking about how good our lives are going. They're not.
They kind of are going pretty good.
They are going pretty good.
Not to rub it in.
Can you just tell Jeffrey that he did a good job on my hair?
No. Is he going to listen to this?
No.
Then no. Fuck Jeffrey, dude. It
Fuck
looks like
you.
It looks like a trendy hipster haircut.
Yeah, because it's my hair.
But normally you do like a fade and like a... It's a little...
Yeah, I think I gave him the wrong instructions because he went a little too short on the sides. I told him that I wanted it real short on the sides.
I would cut it.
It would have been even worse.
No, I could do that. That's what I could do.
No,
Look at my hair.
You got to see.
It's like we have the same haircut now.
No, you did not see what Jeffrey's gentle hands were doing with my head.
Iconoblast. We put the past on blast. Hit them with the truth, with things you never knew. Nobody is safe, no thing to place. Got Joel and Coop with history in your face. Iconoblast.
Presented by GhostBed.com.
You could feed a bull the horns, but you can't get the turd without the bucket.
That's what my grandpa always used to say. Welcome to the Iconoblast podcast. This is the show that takes a look behind the public facades of famous icons to show you why you can never take anything at face value. My name is Cooper, and across from me is the one and only Joel R. Benner.
Just Joel Benner, please.
Joel Benner.
What's up, y'all?
You don't want me using your middle initial anymore?
I keep telling you, you just don't listen. You're like as bad as Ross.
I don't remember you telling me not
to use
your...
I know
you don't. No, I don't remember at all.
I know.
I don't remember very much today because I am fucking... Oh, boy.
We had a good time. We went out. We partied.
It's been, God, at least a week since I've been this hungover.
You have it worse off than me. I woke up feeling pretty good. Right when I woke up, I just took a shot of tequila with some orange juice, and it was like the hangover never came.
Oh, because you
just been in a
stayed
haze.
drunk. I've been trying to get drunk again just to get rid of the fucking hangover, and it's just not working.
I have an excellent way to fix that.
Yes.
So... we got a gift from a fan who would like to go by the name Roxy, what was it?
Special Agent Roxy Big Cums.
Big Cums. And this anonymous person, or Roxy, sent us a bottle. Anonymous.
This unanimous person.
This unanimoid sent us a barreled, it says barreled in 2014, 6-year-old Kentucky Straight bourbon.
That's a 7-year-old bottle now.
Bottled in bond, 50% alcohol, 100 proof, Wilderness Trail. The bottle's fancy, and it's going to fuck this episode up.
I'm going to be able to do that without any alcohol at all.
Let me see your whiskey bottle.
Fill her up. Well, oh, Jesus Christ.
This is a sip and drink, Coop.
I can't sip anything that isn't sugary.
Well, you're going to have to now, because this is an expensive bottle of whiskey.
Okay, let's see.
You need to respect it. Give it a little spin. There you go.
Nice
spin
legs.
the whiskey. Give it a little sniffy. Kind of like wine.
Ooh.
I don't think you're supposed to give it a sniffy. I don't know the rules of stuck-up whiskey drinking.
I've seen tutorials online, and you're supposed to actually like jam your nose down into the glass to smell it. I just don't think that I can handle smelling any alcohol right now without throwing up.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, Roxy.
Roxy Big Cums, this is to you.
Roxy Big Cums.
Oh, that's really fucking smooth.
Fuck? Yeah, it's super
What the
smooth.
hell?
Hell yeah.
I seriously thought that was going to make me gag when I tried to drink it. I mean, just because I'm a bitch, but
yeah,
I thought that was
most things.
Everything but one. I really thought that was going to fuck me up because I've been nauseous and hungover all day. This is good.
It's good whiskey. Oh, going in for another little sippy. Remember, it's super strong. It's about twice as strong as your fairy fire.
Fairy fire.
What's the topic, Coop?
Well, today we are going to be talking about
Looks
somebody.
like you, are you
little-
drooling? Looks like you're drooling.
I mean, probably. I'm really fucking hungover today.
It's awesome.
Oh man, I was so I produced the Jack Sesh earlier tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I was so fucked up during that episode, and then we
Just
started
hurting?
having a bunch of technical difficulties, and I have no idea how to fix them because the shitty fucking phone app that we're using for the call-ins just randomly decides to work or not work. Kind of like me, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, it decided to not work today.
The Jack
kinda
Sesh
like
is a
me,
call-in show
actually.
that's on the same network as us. If you haven't heard about it.
The Friday Night Jack Sesh with Jack Manford Mandeville the First.
Yes, it's a great show.
I love him. He's fucking awesome. God bless him because holy shit, he carried that whole show on his big broad shoulders. Because
In his big belly.
we got 2 calls through the entire night, and then finally had to just start taking questions from the live chat.
That works though.
And yeah, it worked, and he still pulled it off. Jack
Hell
he's a fucking beast, man.
We should have him on the show again.
We should. Well, I've been pulling some strings. I've been trying to get Chet Skovland on the show.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I
I
think
love
that-
Chet. Dude,
dude,
either
Chet-
one, Jack or Chet, would be
Chet's the best. We've got a new sponsor today.
cool. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And that
shit.
sponsor would like us to say, now that the world is opening back up, so many new thrills are on the horizon. And whether you've been in a relationship for years, are just getting started, or are excited to get back out there and meet new people, when the moment comes, you want to be ready. Roman ready. If you're ready to get Roman ready, go to getroman.com/icon to talk to a U.S. licensed healthcare professional. With Roman, you can get a free online evaluation and ongoing care for erectile dysfunction, all from the comfort and privacy of your own home. A U.S. licensed healthcare professional will work with you to find the best treatment plan, and if medicine is appropriate, it ships to you for free in 2 days.
That's awesome.
The shipping is free. The medicine isn't free, but the shipping is.
You gotta pay for it.
Oh, yeah.
What you need.
Well, you're
But the
paying,
shipping's free.
paying
You
for
can
a
get it in
really
2
good
days.
service.
Yeah.
The whole process is straightforward, convenient, and discreet. Getting started is simple. Just go to getroman.com/icon and complete an online visit. Take care of your ED without leaving the comfort of your home. Complete an online visit today to connect with a U.S. licensed healthcare professional and take care of it. Go to getroman.com/icon today, and if you're prescribed, get 50% off of your first month of ED treatment. 50% off of an entire month worth of treatment. That's
Yeah.
pretty solid.
That's a lot.
That's getroman.com/icon.
It's a rock hard deal.
That is a rock hard deal. Make sure you're ready to have confidence and control this summer. Roman ready.
We just got
And-
that. We just got that sponsor.
Yeah.
Literally yesterday, and we had a meeting with them today,
Yeah.
and it seems super cool. Like, I mean, I'm still learning about it myself, but it seems like it's ED, but it also is kind of like manly health all the way around. Like they help you with just being healthy in general all the way around.
Yeah, it's geared towards men's health, but aside from ED treatment, what they also help with is hair loss, testosterone supplements. Like they've got everything that you need for men's health.
Yeah.
And you can do it all from home.
Yeah.
Which if I can do anything without leaving home, that is fucking
Well,
perfect.
Think about it right now. If you were signed up, you could have texted your doctor literally this morning, and they would have helped you with your fucking hangover.
Oh God, I wish. This whiskey's really helping me with my hangover, though.
But it isn't helping you with other things.
Yeah, it's definitely not helping me get through the rest of this episode because it's okay. So this looks good, but it might be a little bit too dark because I'm having a really hard time seeing the notes. But we'll
need a
we'll just
flashlight. Use your flashlight
We'll
on your
power
phone.
through. Well, then it's not going to look good on camera.
No, it'll look awesome on camera. Trust me.
Okay, let's see how this goes.
You don't get to decide what looks good or not.
Because
Yes, it's awesome.
as always, this episode is brought to you by ghostbed.com/drinking bros.
That's why we're in the dark. It's like a spooky ghosty thing.
It's spooky.
Yeah.
And right now, I actually have. Well, we've got 2 dogs in the studio right now.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is laying on a ghost bed, and she looks absolutely in heaven. She is
does.
so comfy right now.
Boa, how do you feel? You feeling comfy?
The other one's laying on the ground, but that's Argus. I posted
Yeah.
a picture of Argus on Instagram
He's just
the
dumb.
other day.
He doesn't know
and
better.
Yeah, he's dumb as a brick.
And
I
that-
love him to death, but he's fucking dumb as a brick.
I am not in that photo.
No, that was just me and Argus.
Yeah.
Ghostbed has been a loyal sponsor of the Drinkin' Bros for 5 years now, and everyone here in the studio absolutely loves their mattresses and pillows. Ghostbed makes their high-quality mattresses right here in the good old USA, and each mattress comes with a 20-year warranty. I don't know how long I've ever
20-year
owned a
warranty.
mattress, but I mean, 20 years for a warranty?
That's pretty
That-
good. So
yeah,
that means
that's
if it gets
awesome.
shitty in 10 years or more, you can still just replace it.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
pretty
No, these. So I'm sure anybody who listens to any of the other shows on Tetherball Academy Media, you hear a lot of Ghostbed ads, but there's a
Yeah.
very good reason that we're promoting Ghostbed because the company is amazing. We've had the
The owner's
CEO
been
of
here.
the company come here. Awesome guy. They believe in their product. We believe in their product.
We actually did a show on the ghost bed just the other
Oh,
night.
yeah,
that
we-
will probably come out after this.
Yeah, it'll probably be out later. It's a special secret episode, but you can look forward to a bonus episode coming out soon.
Yeah.
A bonus episode from a ghost bed.
It's actually true. It's on the ghost
Yeah,
bed.
yeah, we were on.
And the Jack Session's on the ghost
You
bed.
were on the ghost bed. I was sitting next to the ghost bed,
Yeah.
and the Jack Sesh earlier tonight was also done from the same ghost bed. Ghost beds, mattresses, and pillows have cooling technology to keep you cool at night, which is especially helpful if you live in a place like Texas, which currently feels like the surface of the fucking sun.
Yeah.
Even at night, it's hot here. Like, that's when you really need something to help keep you cool is when you're trying to sleep at night. Because I can't sleep in a hot room.
No.
I need the room to be cold for me to be able to sleep comfortably.
I like
Especially with the two dogs in the bed. God, it doesn't matter how hot it is. They just want to be right on top of me. I mean, I love my dogs. I love snuggling with them.
That's weird, but good for you.
You're just jealous. You can buy a mattress for around $35 per month, and they have no money down, 0% financing plans. Ghostbed also offers bundles so you can get everything you need in one convenient package. Just choose from their 4 mattresses and then pick your bundle. So whether you just need a mattress and a frame or you want it all, like their cooling pillows and sheets, you can always get the best bang for your buck. Right
Get
now,
the best bang for your buck.
oh yeah. And it's another good
can
reason to
also
have a
go
ghost bed is to
bang
get
on
a good
it.
bang.
Yeah.
Right now, Ghostbed is offering a flash sale where you can get 40% off when you buy a mattress and adjustable base, or 30% off of everything when you use the promo code Drinkin' Bros.
Yeah. The promo code is Drinking Bros.
Head over to ghostbed.com/Drinkin' Bros to take advantage of all their awesome deals. That's ghostbed.com/Drinkin' Bros. Ghostbed. Sleep so good, it's scary.
Nailed it. So, you gonna tell me what the goddamn topic is, or what?
Talking about Che Guevara today.
Who the fuck is that?
Che Guevara is
Che Guevara.
is a piece of shit. And
One of these episodes.
Yeah, this is going to be one of those episodes where I get really angry, and I'm probably going to get angry because
You're gonna get really fucking drunk off of this whiskey.
oh yeah.
Thanks, Roxy Big Cums.
Roxy Big Cums. Cheers to you.
Okay, wait. So this is the guy that's on the flags and fucking. You see his people in shirts and he's got the what's it called? That military hat,
Beret.
the beret.
Yeah. 2 things that I dislike: Che Guevara and French hats.
It's a French hat. A
Berets are. Beret. Step foot on almost any college campus in America, and you will see at least one unwashed vegan activist wearing a T-shirt embellished with the likeness of a Cuban revolutionary named Che Guevara. So it's either Che Guevara or Guevara. To be perfectly honest,
Aguevara.
I don't give a shit if I mispronounce his name. 'Cause fuck
Aguevara.
him. Che Guevara.
Wait, but how do you explain who this guy is? Like, for someone who, because I don't recognize the name, but I recognize that fucking picture. I see it on everything, and I just know that it's a badass revolutionary hero. That's the vibe. That's what we're talking about, right? The hero.
Yes and no. Yes, that's the person that you're thinking of. Badass revolutionary hero? No. Homophobic, racist, rich kid piece of shit? Yeah. Yeah. An untold number of dorm rooms and champagne socialist political rallies will feature flags and banners displaying the defiant face of this purported bastion of progressive social reform. Often touted as a symbol of social justice and anti-capitalist sentiment, the real Che Guevara was a smelly, racist, homophobic murderer.
Holy shit.
Today, I will explain why anyone wearing one of these t-shirts deserves to be permanently banned from the hot topic at which they almost certainly purchased it. And if you're wearing a Che Guevara t-shirt,
Take it off.
take it off and go back to Hot Topic and get your money back.
I mean, unless you're being sarcastic or something.
Oh, wearing it ironically?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, I mean, just burn it. Actually, no, I take that back.
I'm getting one.
Buy any Che Guevara shirt that you see, buy it. Because Che Guevara was against capitalism, and purchasing a shirt with his face on it is probably making him roll over in his fucking grave that's out in the middle of a goddamn jungle somewhere. Not to spoil the ending, but he was executed out in the middle of a jungle.
Oh, really?
And the fucking piece of shit had it coming.
Does he have a proper burial, or was he just left
I
for dead?
fucking hope not. I hope that they just fucking rolled him into a ditch and left.
He's a little stinky corpse now.
Like many of the things college students and those whose minds have never quite advanced beyond their teenage years believe, Che Guevara was a fucking stupid piece of shit and should only be used as an example of what not to do. The glaring hypocrisy, like, you can tell how passionate I am about a subject
This is feeling like
by how much how much work I put into talking shit about the person in the notes themselves.
This already feels like Floyd Mayweather episode.
I think I might hate Che Guevara more than Floyd Mayweather.
No way.
No, because of his legacy.
Really?
Oh, I really, really hate Floyd Mayweather. But I might hate well, maybe it's not Che Guevara I hate as much as the people that try to use him as some sort of fucking positive symbol. Because he was just a fucking dirtbag. I mean, like, literally, I'm not talking about, like, cool dirtbags like us. I'm talking about, like, an actual fucking piece of shit dirtbag.
Reformed dirtbags like us.
Reformed dirtbags. Reformed dirtbag crew for life. The glaring hypocrisy of aspiring social justice warriors displaying his image in favor of their cause is tantamount to PETA using Adolf Hitler as a poster child for animal rights, which Hitler was pretty... I mean, he was a vegetarian, and
Hitler was a vegetarian.
Believed in animal rights and being kind to animals, but there were a few other things that kind of outweighed the positives. Ernesto Guevara was an Argentine Marxist and a major figure in the Cuban Revolution. Some listeners might be surprised to hear that his real name is Ernesto and not Che. Che is roughly the Argentine equivalent of bro. It's okay, so that's not exactly what it is, but it's pretty close. It's also, you could compare Che to Americans saying bro, or you could compare it to Canadians saying a.
Okay.
It's just
or like cool, or like sodded.
Not like cool. It's more like hey, or something like that you would interject into a sentence, or something that you would use to get
so
somebody's.
kind of like shaka, brah.
yeah, just like shaka, brah.
Okay.
I get it. But yeah, I think the closest thing that you could compare it to in English would be like bro, because you can either use that as a way to get somebody's attention or refer to someone,
brah,
or you just drop it in the middle of a sentence for no good reason.
Drop down.
His Cuban comrades began calling him Che due to his frequent use of the word. Che Guevara was a frat bro who used the term bro so much that everyone just started calling him bro ironically. And that isn't even the biggest reason to hate him. But that is why they started calling him Che. They were making fun of him because he used it so fucking much that they just... So he used this word so fucking often
they just started calling him bro.
That like that's what people know him as now. Bro Guevara.
What does Guevara mean? Is that short for avocado or something?
Yeah, Bro Avocado. That's Che Guevara's real name is Ernesto
his
Bro
English
Avocado.
Translation is Bro Avocado.
Yeah, roughly. It's hard to translate
guava?
directly. I think that's as close as you can.
Bro
get.
Guava.
Bro Avocado.
Bro Avocado. That's the name of the episode.
Bro Avocado.
Yeah.
Bro Avocado Part 1.
Bro Avocado Part 1.
Because this is going to be a 2-part episode.
Oh, really?
Or not a 2-part episode, a 2-part topic. Technically, his complete title is Dr. Ernesto Guevara.
Dr. Bro Avocado.
Dr. Ernesto Bro Avocado. So technically, his complete title is Dr. Ernesto Guevara, but considering his actions killed
Ernesto.
more people than he saved, I will not be referring to him as such. Regardless of my level of respect for this sociopathic dickbag, there are other reasons to not refer to him as a doctor, but we will get into that later in the episode. While normally I start by describing the early life of the subject of the episode, anyone with a partially functioning brain can look at a turd and deduce where it must have originated. Instead, we will jump ahead to his transformation into a communist revolutionary. Much like modern-day Marxists, Guevara came from a privileged family and became enamored with the political philosophy of Marx while studying abroad using his parents' money. In 1948, Guevara entered the University of Buenos Aires to study medicine, but as many college-age youths do, he caught the travel bug.
You get the travel bug.
With an overwhelming desire to experience everything the world had to offer and his family's money burning a hole in his pocket, he hopped on his bike for an adventure. This was arguably the only period of his life where he did anything remotely good for anyone but himself.
And when you say bike, you mean like a tricycle?
It was actually a
bicycle
that he installed an engine on. The first one. I think the second one was actually a motorcycle because he took a couple motorcycle trips.
Okay.
His first expedition was a 2,800-mile-long solo trip through the northern provinces of Argentina. He made the trip on a bicycle on which he had installed a small engine.
Ah, there you go.
Che then worked for 6 months as a nurse on a merchant marine freighter and oil tankers.
He's a nurse, huh?
Once he had his fill of semen, he left on another motorcycle trip in 1951. And
Nice.
this is something that we'll get into later in the episode, but notice that while he's going to medical school, he's spending a whole lot of time just traveling around. And this traveling that he's doing is completely at the cost of his family. He
Living off his parents.
pretty much never worked a normal job, and he was constantly hitting his mom and sister up for money. Guevara's second trip was undoubtedly the most formative experience of his young adulthood. The 5,000-mile journey from Buenos Aires to Miami, Florida, took him 8 months to complete. He traveled with his close friend Alberto Granado, and along the way he kept a written account of the trip, which was later turned into the movie The Motorcycle Diaries.
Alberto Granado.
Alberto Granado.
Bob Grenade?
Yeah, Bob Grenade would be the American version of that.
So it's Bro Avocado and Bob Grenade.
It's Dr. Ernie Bro Avocado and Bob Grenade.
Sick.
While traveling through Chile, Guevara encountered poor laborers working in a local copper mine. The horrid conditions they were forced to endure were a shock to him, and the seeds of his future political beliefs began to sprout. Later on, in the Atacama Desert, Che encountered a destitute communist couple so poor they could not even afford a blanket. He didn't bother buying them one, but he was still upset by it.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Che's intent was to volunteer at the San Pablo leper colony in Peru along the banks of the Amazon River. The poverty...
I've been there. Been to Peru on the banks of the Amazon
Oh,
River.
yeah, so you might have gone through the same leper colony that Che was hanging out at.
Mm-hmm. It's still a shithole, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah, it'll probably stay that way for a long time. The poverty and suffering along the way created within him a hatred for the capitalist exploitation of the workers. He began to wonder if there was some way he could help them escape poverty. Not with his own money, of course, but with other people's money. Upon his return to Argentina, Che completed his medical degree, quote-unquote, completed his medical degree. Like I said, we'll get into that later. And in June of 1953, he became Dr. Ernesto Bro
Avocado.
Not wanting to jump straight into the bourgeois capitalist job market, Che took another cross-country trip. Upon his return to Argentina, Che completed his medical degree, and in June of 1953, he became Dr. Ernesto Bro Avocado, or Dr. Ernesto Guevara. Not wanting to jump straight into the bourgeoisie capitalist job market, Che took another cross-country trip. In July of 1953, he began a trip that took him through Bolivia, Peru, Ecuador, Panama, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Honduras, and El Salvador.
I liked Peru, to be honest. Lima was cool. Like
Really? It seems like
everywhere outside the main city of
there's too
Lima.
many spiders out there.
Oh, once you leave the city. In the city, it was normal.
I mean, there's just bugs fucking everywhere, right?
It's the same in the city. Like, well, everywhere that I went, Lima felt like L.A. like a rundown shitty LA, which LA is now.
Oh, so
So LA.
so Peru a few years ago was what LA feels like now.
Yeah. Just Lima, not Peru.
Okay.
Lima's the main.
Lima, Peru.
Yeah, and then it is crazy though. Like it's a main city. It's fucking normal. Plumbing, internet, power, electricity, all the normal shit. It's a normal city. You go like fucking 10 minutes out the city, and then boom, you're like, oh, okay. Now I'm in a third world country.
That's kind of like how Austin is. Except, well, you
Yeah, except when you leave, it's all crackheads and rednecks. Yeah.
You go 10 minutes outside of the city and you're like, oh, Texas is actually nice.
That depends on what direction you go.
True. I like Bernie.
Because on my way, we went to Dallas, and on the
Bernie,
way,
New Braunfels. I mean, even Kyle. I like Kyle, Texas also.
yeah, I don't know.
God damn, I'm not a fan of Austin.
Me neither. Fuck Austin, dude.
Well, at least Oltworth.
Well, no, in general, it's not been a warm welcome.
It's too crowded.
It's not even crowded. It's just
It
no
feels
one,
too crowded.
Anyone here has some sort of fucking, like, they feel like they're hot shit.
Well,
You know?
yeah, they're from Austin.
Oh, we're from Austin. We're cool. You're not cool, and you're boring, and you're annoying, and I'm just trying to do my fucking job. Don't tell me not to be here.
Yeah, move to L.A., you fucking losers. Oh, man, that whiskey's real smooth.
You keep drinking it, you're gonna get drunk.
I hope so, because I still feel fucking terrible.
Sorry to talk shit on Austin, but dude, we moved here on a mission. 2 hardworking boys. I mean, my originally, I mean, I'm from Europe originally, but my family moved into Tennessee and then to California, and you're from Oregon, so it doesn't matter where you're from. If you move here, everyone just hates your fucking guts for no reason.
Yeah, well, especially if you come from California. We haven't gotten a warm welcome being former residents of California.
No.
In May of
Hats are
1954...
stupid. Every fucking girl in Austin wears the same fucking hat.
It's the same goddamn hat. It's like a fucking
I can't
uniform
even tell
here.
who's who.
Yeah.
I can't remember who anyone is because everyone looks the fucking same and dresses
Yeah.
the same. Has
No,
the same hair, same face.
That I can agree with.
Okay.
In May of 1954, Guevara joined a militia in support of Juan Jacobo Arbenz Guzman. This is a complicated name. Juan Jacobo
Wait,
Arbenz
is talking
Guzman.
shit? Sorry, last thing on Austin. Are we biting the hand that feeds talking shit on Austin?
We're not talking shit about the people that pay us,
That's true.
so fuck it.
So you can hate the place you live in, but love your boss? Is that how do you word that?
Well,
By the way, we do have a really cool job. Let's
Oh,
talk
no,
about
we-
that for a second.
we've got.
We were talking about this last night, dude.
That's why we were up until
Yeah, we were like
4:22 in
holy
the morning, just talking about like what the fuck we're getting paid to do a podcast.
Yeah, we're
What
getting
the
paid to do a
fuck?
podcast. Holy shit. Work is awesome. Everyone here is cool. There's fucking beef jerky here every day. You can eat it whenever you want. There's booze here every day. You can drink it whenever you want. It's the coolest job that
I love
ever
that.
fucking existed.
I love that it's a company policy that you can do anything you want as long as you get your job done.
Yeah, that's really
You can be as
fucking
fucked
cool.
up as you want as long as
As
you're
long
doing
as
your job.
doing your job. Yeah.
That's a belief that I can totally get behind because if
love
you're
that.
doing your fucking job, who cares? Who cares
give a
what else
fuck
you're doing?
Yeah, what drugs
Are you fucking little kids?
Are you functional?
If you're
Well,
fucking
okay,
little
well-
kids, do it outside of work.
Well, don't
Come
do
to work.
anyone know.
Well, I mean, don't fuck little kids, obviously. But
Yeah,
if you
you were
are fucking little kids,
if we
do it
knew
outside
you're-
of work. Come in, do your job, go home, fuck some more
no,
little
no,
kids.
no.
Well, I'm saying
No,
don't
no,
fuck
no.
little kids.
If anybody
Don't
here
fuck little
knew somebody
kids.
here was fucking little kids, they would not be working here anymore and probably get killed.
Oh, they would be locked in Dan Holloway's torture basement, which I'm not supposed to talk about on the air.
He's gonna torture. Yeah.
No, he doesn't. No, he does. Dan Holloway. This is an official statement from the Iconoblast podcast. Dan Holloway does not have a torture basement filled with pedophiles.
No.
Wink.
Yeah, but anyway, love it here. Love working here. If you have a podcast you think it's good enough, hit up Tetherball Academy. Send them an email. Send them a show. Maybe they'll help you out. It's a good place to work.
If you're lucky. In May of 1954, Guevara joined a militia in support of Juan Jacobo Arbenz Guzman. I'm glad I was able to take that line back because I fucking butchered it the first time. I nailed it that time though. Fucking nailed it. Guzman was a Guatemalan politician. Although eager to fight, Che was disappointed to find his comrades weren't as bloodthirsty as he would have preferred. After Arbenz resigned in June of 1954, Che returned to his medical duties. So there's a whole lot of yada, yada, yada going on right there. Where there's a lot of stuff going on, but what I'm trying to get into is why Che Guevara is a fucking piece of shit. And oh boy, is he a piece of shit. Mm-hmm. Having been associated with the Arbenz militants, Che was eventually marked for death. Although he was totally willing to die for his beliefs, he wasn't quite ready to die just yet. So he fled to the Argentine consulate, where he remained until he could secure safe passage to Mexico. And you would think that he would be grateful for the people that took him in Mexico and saved him from being fucking executed, but not quite. On September 21st, 1954, Guevara arrived in Mexico City, where he secured work at a local hospital. It was in Mexico City that Che's racist beliefs were first documented.
Holy shit.
For someone who so frequently appears on T-shirts and flags worn by self-described progressives, Che was racist as fuck.
What year is this again?
1954.
Okay.
So, I mean, to be perfectly honest, par for the course.
A lot of racists.
Yeah. Che didn't have a lot of respect for the citizens of Mexico, and by that I mean he called them, quote, a band of illiterate Indians.
Damn.
His distaste for Mexicans wasn't the only example of his blatant racism. He also had a few things to say about Africans.
Hey, what the fuck, fool?
Yeah,
You
what's
don't
up?
like
What's up,
Mexicans,
fool?
What's your fucking problem, homie? From the Colonial Cheesecake Factory, fool. I fucking got you.
Oh, wait. Drink.
Oh, that's right.
Cheers,
Same
everybody.
rules apply.
Cheers. So
you can't be racially or culturally insensitive
without drinking. So cheers to
Cheers.
Roxy Cum Blaster.
Roxy
Big Cums.
Roxy Big Cums. Yeah, this is dangerous drinking this.
Oh
shit.
yeah,
it's strong and it's smooth. It's fucking delicious. Thank you.
That is really good whiskey. Mm-hmm. Some people try to discredit claims of him being a racist by pointing out his statements about the Ku Klux Klan. I'm really surprised that I was able to say Ku Klux Klan, because that whiskey is really fucking strong.
I feel good. I have like a...
Yeah,
my chest is warm. And because it's so strong, it hits you a little different.
Yeah.
This is some good whiskey.
Yeah, Roxy...
You don't get a hangover from this.
Roxy Big Cums fucking...
God bless her.
Hooked us up this time. All right. At one point, Che stated that America couldn't be a democracy because there was discrimination against black people and because the KKK existed. Well, he seemed to share a few opinions in common with the inbred, hood-wearing shitbags that... dude, this whiskey is way too fucking strong. I can't drink any more of it because I'm going to be...
All right, hold off on it till you get to the last page.
All right. That's what I'll do. Let me take that back one more time.
Roxy, you already got him fucked up. He can't even read. And he can't see, and he won't get
well,
glasses
I can't see shit,
fixed.
but it's
It's
super...
not that dark. I can read with my glasses on.
well, you...
Shit. Guevara's second trip was undoubtedly the most formative experience of his childhood. Young adulthood.
See?
The 5,000 mile
yeah.
tour, that's just because I'm dumb. Not because I can't see. I can read with my glasses on, dude. You get your shit together.
I'm wearing my reading glasses, and I can
From
barely
10
fucking
years
see.
ago.
Well,
The other day we were
I'm
fucking
not
walking
that
the dogs.
rich.
We went to this field. It's entirely gated. I could see that it was gated.
Shit.
I could see that the entire thing was gated.
And I had to
with the
walk
naked
within
eye.
6 feet of the fence to be able to see that there was a
and
chain
I was like,
link
let the
fence there.
dogs run around, and you were like, no, it's not gated on the other side. I'm like, Coop, it's fucking gated. Let
Whatever, you fucking ableist.
Do you need a light?
No, I can.
I can hit that light. It's right there. I can just turn that. I can flip that on.
Nah, it's fine. We'll just do it this way. Che seemed to share a few opinions in common with the inbred, hood-wearing shitbags he claimed were preventing America from being a true democracy. During his first trip through Latin America, he wrote in his diary that Africans had maintained their racial purity because of their, and I quote, lack of affinity for bathing. This statement is ironic considering Che rarely bathed and was known to smell like a diaper filled with beer shits. And that's something that was known about him. So he was a dirty fuck. Like super dirty. Never bathed. Like just he smelled like a diaper filled with beer shits.
You know the flat Earth thing with the where the
flat Earth thing? You mean the truth?
What's it called? There's a name for the word when you're like looking out and you can't see something because it's behind the curve.
The curvature of the Earth?
But then it like bounces a reflection and somehow you can see it.
The lensing or refraction?
Refraction. I think I know what's going on. You're having a serious problem from your glasses to the paper. There's refraction off the bend of the shape of your mustache.
No,
so you look down, the mustache hairs are blocking your view and causing refraction.
Well, no, it's the gravity of my mustache is creating one of the lensing effects. Che also said, and I quote, "The black is indolent and a dreamer, spending his meager wages on frivolity and drink." Not the most progressive opinion, even considering the time period. Later in life, in reference to what the new Cuban government would do for minorities, Che was quoted as saying, "We're going to do for blacks exactly what blacks did for the revolution." By which I mean nothing. Dude, and to be perfectly honest, like this is the least of it. Like these are some of the less offensive things that he did.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Argus.
Oh yeah, that's my baby boy right there.
So this dude smelled like shit
Yes.
all the time, and then was saying that Mexicans smell worse than him.
I don't think he said anything about the way that they smelled, but it seemed like he thought that everybody was beneath him. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that's just...
You got to have that.
Okay, here we go.
To get to where you want to go, you got to have that kind of problem.
No, well, see, the thing is that's the problem with with like neo-Marxists and shit, is they think that nobody's ever done communism right, man, but if I was in control and I was the fucking leader, I'd do communism right. Well, yeah, that's what everybody says, and that's why it doesn't fucking work. And if you want to kill 1 million people trying it out, be my guest, just don't do it in my lifetime.
What works? America.
Capital. Well, I mean, I'm not saying it's a perfect system, but it's the best system that we have now, and it's going to be the best system until we develop
a better system.
No. It's going to be the best system until we develop
a sentient life.
Yeah.
God.
See,
every goddamn time.
Well, because it's the fucking truth.
In your mind.
Well, yeah, in everybody's mind. As soon as we get AI in our brains, that's when we're going to be able to advance beyond something.
Yeah. Advance is in quotes.
I mean, it would be advancement.
It would be, well, that's like, if you invented a way to pile all the shit in your bathroom instead of using a toilet to save water, you would call it an advancement, but basically you're just piling shit in your bathroom. But everyone would call it an advancement, but it's just gross.
I think that there's
a great comparison.
There's just a little bit of a difference between filling your bathroom with shit and integrating AI into your brain.
Sure.
I mean, a little bit.
I mean, I mean,
come on. At least there's at least a little bit of a difference between the two.
That's alternate facts. Objective?
That I would say that is an objective truth.
Yeah.
That if you integrate AI into your brain, you would be better off.
You think that's an objective truth?
Because
better is also...
Well, no, I mean, I can't fucking say that that's an objective truth, because
it depends on everything you've fucking been saying.
It depends on what your end goal is.
It's just what you want.
It's
your truth.
If your end goal is to advance the human race, and for it to survive,
that's not. We don't know that that's advancing. That could be backpedaling. It could be sidestepping. It could be ending the human race.
Of course, it would be an advancement.
It's like if fish were in water and then you put cybernetic legs on them so they could walk on land. It's not an advancement. They're on land.
Well, no, I mean, you just described the robotic version of evolution.
Yeah, and evolution isn't necessarily advancing; it's just changing over time.
That's splitting hairs.
No, it's not,
Changing
though.
over
It's
time
not.
is the same thing as advancing.
No, it's not, because advancing
Yes,
has
it is.
changing over time doesn't have a positive or negative value to it. When you say advancing, it's got a positive twist. It has a positive sense of growth, right?
Okay,
Evolution is just change over time. It's not necessarily better. Some creatures and some things evolve into killing themselves.
Hang on. No, evolution is of course advancement because it's
Not always.
It's
a lot
series
of
of changes
a lot
that's
of things
making
evolve and then die because they evolved improperly, negatively.
Like what?
Oh, I mean, dude, there's millions of fucking creatures that evolved over time and died because of whatever their changes were didn't work.
Maybe because the environment changed.
Maybe because of this or that or whatever.
They didn't evolve fast enough. But evolution is like literally a series
a survival
of,
tool.
It's
like long-term survival. But it doesn't always work.
Trial and error, figuring out what is going to make me more effective in life.
Right. Yeah. I agree with that. I'm just saying that sometimes...
So that's advancement.
But sometimes it's not advancement. Sometimes a creature, organically, even robots, will evolve in a direction or advance in a direction, and then it gets to a point where you're like, oh, it was the wrong fucking direction.
It's still advancement.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay, so what is advancement?
Well, that's the whole thing. That's what I'm trying to say with becoming robots or like making a better pillow.
Well, no,
neck.
I'm at, like, so what in your definition, what is advancement?
That's the whole argument I'm having is I don't think
advancement exists.
No, I'm saying that I think that is very subjective, and it depends on what you want as a person or as a race or as a team.
I would think that the ultimate advancement is whatever is going to help you
make life easier.
No, just help you live, help you survive. If we have a super intelligence in control of progress, yeah,
that's what you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what the government's supposed to be, right?
No, because the government's still human. The government's still filled with people that are out for their own best interest.
And a fucking robot will do better.
Yes, absolutely. Does a robot do better at math?
That's like the only thing they do better at.
Dude, a robot literally does better at anything that we program them to do.
That we programmed them to do, yeah.
So if we program a robot if we program a robot to program itself, it's going to do a better job than us.
Robots are like trees. They are programmed to grow and make a fucking apple as long as you give it water. But they're not going to do anything else except for what they're told.
No, that's why you program a robot
until they can do their own thing.
Until they can do their own shit.
Then you're fucked.
Oh yeah, it for sure. Once AGIs become a reality, artificial general intelligences, once they become a reality, the human race is gone as we know it. But if the purpose of that AGI is to ensure the survival and continuation,
and you really think that when it happens, we're gonna have our shit together, you won't even get the vaccine. You think the first goddamn sentient creature that's supposed to help the Earth is going to be any better than the vaccine? If
the vaccine was created by an AGI, I'd fucking get it.
The AGI is going to be created by the same motherfucker that created the vaccine.
But that's the initial state of it, and then you're going to let it iterate upon itself and make itself better.
Or
you
worse,
do have to give the initial
better for whatever
you have
it
to give
thinks,
it the initial
or worse,
state,
or worse. You can't pretend that there's no risk here.
Oh, dude, AI is the most dangerous thing that humans will ever develop. Yeah. And as soon as AGI, because we already have artificial intelligence, artificial general intelligence. As soon as we develop AGI,
the CPU is in their own net
for
processor,
good or for bad,
for
good or let me finish my statement. As soon as we develop AGI, for better or worse, it's the end of the human race as we know it. It's either going to be something that completely wipes us out.
It'll either be negative,
or it's going to turn us into
positive.
It's going to turn us into transhumans. It's going to make us gods,
or slaves, or dead.
Or slaves. It's inevitable, though.
or
regardless of what we do,
sex organs.
everybody all over the world, like pretty much every single developed country in the world is working on developing AGI right now. The first country that develops AGI is instantly going to be the rulers of the world.
Because they'll have...
The AGI is going to be the ruler of the world.
Yeah.
But we just need to make sure that...
Who's we? That's the thing. That's the whole point. Like, it's not going to be good.
We can't stop it, though.
It's going to be fucked. So, like, the advancement...
It's going to be the end of the human race, for sure.
Yeah, it's not going to be fun
It's going
for
to be
anybody.
the end of the human race as we know. But no, it could be fucking amazing if we do it right. If we have the right...
We won't do it right. We never have.
Dude, we've done tons of things right.
No, we always do it wrong, and that's how we learn. That's human. That's
And that's why we need AGI, is because we're too fucking stupid to deal with any of this shit. We need something that's a super intelligence that's able to fucking calculate billions and billions and billions of algorithms simultaneously
and know everything
in a
all this stuff
microsecond.
that doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah, what do you mean it doesn't matter?
It doesn't. It's the same as like my subconscious tells me what to do before my conscious decides to. That doesn't fucking matter. And if a fucking robot knows everything and can predict everything perfectly, it's the same as like ads that tell me to buy a plunger when I have to take a shit, or my phone knows my toilet's clogged and then sells me a plunger.
Well, I mean, that's just a...
So what?
That's a...
It doesn't matter.
What do you mean? So okay, the reason it matters...
Yeah.
You don't care because you have a finite lifespan. The
How dare you?
The lifespan...
You don't know how long I'm going to live.
Probably not very long. I've seen the way you take care of yourself.
You
I'm going to
better.
outlive you.
Well, yeah, but...
And I don't like that.
Actually, I don't know if you will. My family on the male side takes care of themselves poorly and fucking lives forever. My grandpa's almost 90. My grandma lived till 88,
Regardless.
and my dad is 60. Has
So-
drank every day and got COVID and went to work.
Okay, so 80 years... Okay, so if your lifespan is going to be... all right,
I'm just looking for 69 years.
You're injecting stem cells into your scrotum, which
No, it's
apparently
going
is
to
the
be
way...
the new tech.
I thought that was what you were talking about, the stem cells.
No, whatever the next one is before I die, like the one that... Because didn't you say that people that are born now are going to live forever?
Well, yeah, it's going to be AI that makes
Invents-
us... It's going to be AGI that
put money
makes
on
it
that?
so we... Absolutely.
How much you want to bet?
Dude,
Maybe a scientist will invent it right before AGI.
I can bet $1 million that neither one of us are going to be around long enough to complete that bet. People 1 million times smarter than we are have already predicted that the first person who is not going to have to worry about a natural death has already been born. Advancement is important, and by advancing, we are going to cease to be human, and that is inevitable. Like there's no way to fight that. What's important is the fact that I've said this on the show before. What's important is that we are currently, or Earth is currently the only example of life in the universe, and that makes every single living creature on Earth extremely rare and extremely valuable. And if we don't do whatever we can to make sure that everything still continues to exist, there's not going to be anything to experience the universe. And I think that's what's actually important, is having some conscious and sentient being, regardless of whether it's organic or synthetic. There needs to be some conscious sentient being experiencing the universe, or else all of this literally means less than it already does.
You made me think of this quote from Ghost in a Shell. And this actually supports what you're saying, which makes me think, fuck, I just have to accept to become a robot. The quote says, "Your effort to remain what you are is what limits you."
That is called preservation of objectives, and that's one of the things that they're trying to overcome in the development of AI, is trying to figure out how to allow a synthetic mind or a synthetic consciousness to change its objective. Dude, I want an AI telling humans what to do. I think that we should all be living under the fucking thumb of an AI overlord, because we're too stupid to run the planet ourselves.
Yeah, we're doing all right.
Well, I mean, that's kind of...
We make up our own drama because we need it.
Well, I mean, that's okay. So if
Probably when the AI
it's-
shows up, they'll be like,
if it's all right,
they're already handling it on their own.
no.
Way of
If
the
an
odds.
AI showed up, they would be like, oh, all you have to do is stop fucking doing this.
But no, because the AI will like use all the data and understand that we need violence and we need pain and suffering, happiness. It's all
because
mixed
of
together.
because of our trial and error brain.
Right,
our
but they'll be like-
brains have been created.
It's gonna
by-
literally be
by
like, okay, what I'll
hundreds
do
of
is-
thousands of actually no millions of years of trial and error have led to the human brain. It's about time that a little bit of conscious thought went into that process, and that's the only way that we're going to advance beyond
Could you
what we are
imagine, though?
now.
Just imagine the AI gets invented. It's legit. It's there to help, and it analyzes all the information. It's like, yeah, they're fine. And then it just stops. Like when we try to drop a nuke on half the thing, the nuke just stops, and it just
No,
watches.
As soon as we develop a super intelligence, and the first time we flip it on, we type into the command line like, okay, fix the human race, and it's like, you're all right.
Yeah, you
And
know
it
what?
just shuts itself off.
It's working. You don't need me yet.
And, oh man, we've
Could you
got
imagine?
we've got an episode coming up in the future about artificial intelligence, and that is going to be a fucking doozy because holy shit, there is so much to consider
It's too much
when
for me.
you're trying to develop something that emulates the human brain, but is better. Because we can't even
Why do you have
emulate the human brain at this point because we can't even figure out how to get a computer to recognize a fucking dog as a dog. It'll confuse any furry object
Well, because it doesn't matter
with a dog.
With any furry object doesn't matter. Even a bush on that poontang.
I don't understand the purpose of
Poontang?
well, I mean that too, but the
It's
purpose
to
of the debate.
make
I mean,
babies.
because if nothing matters, the debate's over.
No, I'm just saying that for the AI, that's what they'll come to because it kind of is like nothing matters when you really look at it from the outside. So an intelligent AI would just
Oh,
be like,
yeah,
yeah, they'll be fine.
On a high enough level, yeah,
It'll probably just be
nothing
like,
matters.
"Nah,
But
they're good. It'll interfere
but
here
it-
and there and like change.
what matters is I can't believe
I can't believe we're
this
still-
is like the fucking Floyd Mayweather episode. We start off talking about some fucking shitbag, and we get into some existential debate.
Well, I think it's the whiskey.
Yeah, it must be the whiskey, which is really fucking
Yeah,
good
let's
whiskey,
take a
by the
little
way.
sip of that. It's okay. Just one little sip, and we'll get back on topic.
All
here.
right, I'll try one more sip. But see,
I love-
these are the kind of
I love
these are
your
the kind of
opinion.
discussions that I'd like to be having all the time, but
Cheers.
it doesn't necessarily fit in with the current topic. But that's also why I want to do an episode about artificial intelligence because I have a lot to say about artificial intelligence.
I think it does relate because we're talking about a leader, and AI will be the new leader.
An artificial doctor.
Yeah. AI would become the new leader, and they'll be a tyrant just like the rest of them.
Yes, but it will be a benevolent tyrant.
You don't know that.
Hopefully, no, nobody does. But
It might- it might find- it might-
it's gonna happen no matter what.
What if it finds out that violence is the key? And then it like slowly gets us to battle all the time. Like to go to school, you have to fight your friend because it makes you stronger.
Because the easier way to do that is you just
Doesn't it
you're a-
depend on the goal? If the goal of the AI is to make humans as tough and as badass and powerful and as awesome and successful as possible, then they're
Well,
gonna
yeah,
put us.
it-
They're gonna put us through hell
it,
to make
it
you strong
depends.
as
It
fuck.
depends on the initial.
They're not gonna soften.
It depends
you
on
don't
the.
get a couch. You get a couch.
It
when
depends
you're
on the
50.
initial state is the thing. So if you just so one of the big again I can't believe we're
when we
debating AI
sixth
talking
grade,
about Che Guevara.
Sixth grade will become SEAL Team
Yeah,
6
so
training.
so
Be a Navy SEAL when you're 6.
it depends on the initial goals that you give to the AI because once you're going to be able to give it its first starting
Okay,
state.
Well, I can tell you.
And then from
China,
there-
China, whatever.
and
What are
then-
China's goals? Because that's what the first AI is going to be. Because they're going to win.
Most likely because they're fucking steamrolling everything right now because
they're-
everybody else on the
so
planet is a
what
bunch
are
of fucking
China's goals?
pussies
What are China's goals?
to rule the world.
So that's what the AI is going to.
And that's why we need to beat China.
We won't.
No, we won't.
Never
we
have.
most likely won't. I mean, we're turning into a fucking nation of pussies.
I think we already are China.
We already are China?
Yeah, we just don't know it yet. They own everything.
Yeah.
They own
it's
Hollywood. They
getting
own
there. Well,
Google. They own fucking everything.
And that's how they're winning. And that's why we need AI overlords because then we wouldn't
Oh,
have
they're
to
gonna
worry
make it,
about
don't
any
worry.
other country on the planet. It's just like, okay, robot gods tell me what to do. the initial goal that you give the AI, and I mean, I know somebody who's actually an AI expert or an AGI expert would be able to poke tons of holes into this.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, he knows everything
But
about the human anatomy.
you need to give it the proper initial goal, because if you create an AI for the wrong reason, one of the thought experiments that they use is an AI that's designed to create paper clips, and its ultimate goal is to create paper clips. It's going to try to continually optimize that as much as it possibly can
until it kills
to the point that it's going to destroy the entire universe. So you have to give it the right starting state, and you have to work really, really hard and really, really carefully to make sure that it has the proper starting state.
No one's going to do that.
Or no, I mean, AI, for good or bad, as soon as we develop AGI, it's going to be the end of the human race.
It'll be a battle.
I mean,
we've seen it. It'll be a war. There'll be a guy.
No, it won't even be a war. As soon as we create, there's no fucking way in hell we could ever fight an actual AGI. Like Skynet from the Terminator movies.
Yeah.
Is a fucking pussy compared to a real AI. A real AI would just be able to completely stop
like that.
Everything in the world. Like it would just fucking, if it wanted to destroy everything, it would just fucking destroy everything. And it would happen so quickly, we wouldn't even know what was happening. Because
Judgment Day.
Like computers are doing millions, if not billions of calculations per second faster than anything that we could ever imagine. So yeah, as soon as we develop the AI, we need to make sure that when we flip that switch and turn it on, that it has the right goals in mind. Because if we're just slightly off,
we'll be off no matter what.
Everything's
fucked.
fucked.
It's a guarantee.
Oh yeah, and that's why I say as soon as we develop AGI,
it's over.
For good or bad, that's the end of the human race. Because
bad.
we're either going to become transhuman, or it's going to be the end of the universe. Because an AI could destroy the entire universe.
But humans are the genitalia of AI. So they'll need us.
But you only need to be born once.
A CPU is a neural net processor, learning computer.
So Che Guevara.
Bro, Avocado.
Why does it always...
Do you think it would make cool T-shirts for bands? Like, what if the AI started caring?
I don't know.
What if it cared about music?
Anybody who's smart doesn't care about music. I'm just joking. I'm a former musician.
No, you're not smart, but anyway.
Oh yeah, good point. So yeah, I think anybody who has a mind that can function well enough to do something productive doesn't give a shit about art. All they want to do is just fucking punch numbers and whatever. But if anybody wants to hear a really, really terrifying version of what could happen in humanity's future if AGI is ever developed, read I Have No Mouth, Yet I Must Scream by Harlan Ellison. I'm pretty sure it's Harlan Ellison.
Was she an AI?
That was a guy. Well, regardless of what the future of AI means for humanity, can we just talk about fucking Che Guevara? Got a page and a half to go. We're almost through.
Okay, back to the subject.
So when we last left off...
Back to,
Ernesto Che Avocado.
Bro Avocado.
Ernesto Bro Avocado.
Bro Avocado. Okay, back to Bro Avocado. Sorry about that.
So when we last left off, we were talking about Che going to Mexico. He talked shit about the Mexicans, and he also talked a bunch of shit about black people. I mean, he talked shit about everybody because Che was a fucking piece of shit. While in Mexico, Che renewed his relationship with an old friend named Nico Lopez, who was a Cuban exile he had met in Guatemala. That's part of the story that we skipped over.
Is that the guy from GTA 5?
Yeah, Nico Bellic?
Bellic?
Yeah, Nico Bellic. So he met, well, no, Nico Bellic was Eastern
should we do
European
like a really tiny recap? Because I feel like that tangent was a good 30 minutes.
So
where's he at?
Pretty long. So
he had a motorcycle that he built out of a bicycle.
Okay, so I'll recap everything real quick.
Asshole.
What happened is Che was born a spoiled rich kid. He went to medical school, quote unquote.
He said bro so much they started calling him bro.
That was a little bit later. That was actually after he became a revolutionary.
Okay, sorry.
But yeah,
same shit.
It doesn't matter because we're just here to talk shit about Bro Guevara. So started off as a piece of shit from a piece of shit family. He went to medical school, quote unquote. I don't want, no spoilers.
Okay.
He went on a motorcycle trip.
On a bicycle.
And then he went on another motorcycle trip.
On a real motorcycle this time.
And then he went on another motorcycle trip.
With training wheels.
Then he ended up in Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah, roughly. So while in Mexico, Che renewed his relationship with an old friend named Nico Lopez, who was a Cuban exile he had met in Guatemala.
Okay.
In June of 1955, Lopez introduced Guevara to a man named Raul Castro.
Oh, shit.
Raul's older brother was a Cuban revolutionary looking for a few good men, and the name Castro should ring a few bells for some people. Soon after meeting Raul,
That's like an oil company, right? Gastro, GTX.
Yeah. The Castro is the namesake for the Castrol oil, I guess.
Nothing else.
Yeah, nothing else. Soon after meeting Raul, Che met his new BFF, Fidel Castro.
Fuck.
I got you, because it's Fidel Castro. It's not the castor oil guy. During their first meeting, Guevara was convinced that this was the cause that he had been searching for, which at this point he was looking for some way to spend his privileged, hypocritical life. During their first meeting, Guevara was convinced that this was the cause that he had been searching for. The morning after his first meeting with Castro, Che signed up as a member of the 26th of July movement, which was the militant revolutionary group that Fidel Castro put together.
Okay.
Fidel Castro, also another fucking piece of shit. Thank God he's finally dead.
Don't we all know that?
Not everybody, because I spent a big portion of the day today trying to disprove all of my negative thoughts about not only Che Guevara, but Fidel Castro also.
Yeah.
Not convinced.
Okay.
Still not convinced. Fuck them both. I'm glad they're both dead. And also, hey, so obviously the CIA, NSA, Homeland Security, everybody's listening in to what we're doing right now. They listen into
love the show.
Everything
They
we're
love the
fucking
show.
doing. Well, they okay, so yeah.
The FBI's a big fan
In
of the show.
in their defense, they all fucking love the show, but it's part of their job. They have to listen to it because they're listening to everything that we say and do. But CIA, get your fucking shit together. How many opportunities did you have to kill Che Guevara and Fidel Castro and you still fucked it up? All you tried to do was you tried to make Fidel Castro's beard fall out? Big fucking deal.
They were making money. They had to have been making money off him.
They were in cahoots with each other. If the CIA wants somebody dead, they're going to make somebody dead.
Yeah,
I mean
they were just too lucrative.
Pretty obvious.
They must have been making bank.
They were in cahoots with each other. The CIA and Fidel Castro were fucking touching
Crossing
tips.
streams.
Crossing swords with warriors.
They were playing lightsaber battles with their penis.
But yeah, CIA, get your shit together. If you're going to fucking assassinate somebody, just follow through with it. For fuck's sake. So, Che was in Mexico, hanging out with some guy named Nico, and he got introduced to some guy named Raul, who introduced him to his older brother named Fidel Castro.
So they were boys.
Yeah, Fidel Castro and Che Guevara were fucking
besties,
bros. Yeah.
Do you think they ever?
No,
maybe not each other, but maybe with some girls.
Considering so one of the few things, like I was saying, I was trying to disprove some of my ideas about some of my ideas about Che Guevara and some of my ideas about Fidel Castro.
Yeah.
So the videos that I was watching earlier today and the articles that I was reading.
Is he handsome?
Che?
They're both kind of handsome, aren't they?
Che or Fidel?
Fidel and Che.
Neither one of them hold a candle to Joseph Stalin, honestly.
Okay.
Another famous communist who was also a huge fucking piece of shit.
We'll probably do an episode.
Oh yeah, for sure. Joseph Stalin has a higher body count than Hitler. I know. But
no one cares.
Yeah, what the fuck?
He didn't have good advertising.
He had bad PR.
Yeah.
Dude, if Joseph Stalin, well, no, that was kind of by design because Stalin was killing off anybody that had any negative view of him.
Anyone that fucked with them, they were dead already.
Yeah. I mean, he
was under the radar.
He was photoshopping people out of photos before Photoshop even existed.
Yeah. That's crazy shit.
Yeah, but goddamn was he a handsome guy when he was younger.
But what was his favorite food?
Stalin?
Yeah. Human flesh?
Goulash? Or no, gulags. That's what Joseph Stalin was into, not goulash. The Cuban Revolution is a large and complex topic far out of the scope of these episodes. Instead of going into the intricacies of the revolution or communism versus capitalism, which I would love to do, but we only have so much time.
Which one's better?
Communism or capitalism?
Yes.
Oh boy, here we go. Capitalism.
Okay, please continue.
Anybody who disagrees with me, DM me.
Or
Hit me up.
69 with Coop.
Send me an email, iconoblastpodcast@gmail.com. Send me a message on Instagram @CoopNukem.
Or leave a
Bring it
5-star
on.
rating and leave a comment that threatens Coop.
Unless you're a fucking communist, then we don't want you listening to the goddamn show. Well, maybe.
Well,
okay,
anybody.
you might have.
Anybody can listen.
Okay, anybody can listen to the show, but if you're a communist, go fuck yourself. I told you I was going to be
It's
angry
just-
about
it's
this
whatever
episode. That's the part that fucking makes me angry. Is everybody thinks that communism is a system that's going to fucking work, and there's millions of dead bodies in the ground that prove that it doesn't fucking work.
Just because it doesn't work doesn't mean you're a bad person if you're a communist. If you
Yes, it
just
does.
like what if you just like
Absolutely, it
lived
does.
during that time and you lived in that country?
Well, no, I'm saying people that are communists by choice.
No, it's different.
Fuck
I'm
'em.
just saying, like, you know, if you were raised
Okay,
in a
so
communist country, you're not a bad person. You're just fucked.
Okay, I will
Would you
forgive
69
people
with
for
a communist if they were hot?
Fuck yeah, dude. Olga Kurylenko? She's well, I mean,
Who's that?
she's post
that?
communist. Olga Kurylenko?
I never heard of her.
Oh boy. No, have you seen she was in one of the new
The only
James
Russian
Bond
I know
movies.
is the one-
She was in, I think
From Rocky 4.
she was in the Max Payne movie, which was fucking terrible, which god damn it, that's something else that fucking
With
pisses me
Mark
off.
Wahlberg?
Yeah,
That movie
holy
sucked.
shit. How do you
Shitty.
fuck up a Max Payne movie? You have an entire
It's very
fucking
easy, obviously.
by not doing anything that has anything to do with the fucking game itself.
really
There's one
weird.
part of the movie that's in slow
it's in a-
motion. The
it's a
entire
comic.
fucking game's in slow motion.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, it was fucking.
That was a money grab.
I think
Cash grab.
I think Mark Wahlberg could have been a good Max Payne. He's got
Yeah.
he's got the right look. He's a good enough actor. Mark Wahlberg was really good in what was the Scorsese movie?
He was good in Four Brothers, and he was good in The Big Hit.
What was the Scorsese movie? The with DiCaprio, Jack Nicholson. That was Martin Scorsese, right?
The Departed?
The Departed.
Mark Wahlberg's in that?
Yeah, dude, he was fucking great in that. He had a really small part, but he did it really fucking well.
I thought he was good in The Fighter.
I haven't seen The Fighter.
Oh, dude, you missed out.
Wait, did you just mention The Big Hit?
Yeah, dude.
I think that's a really underrated movie.
It's really weird now.
Honestly,
At the time, it was
it's
awesome.
weird as fuck, but it's awesome.
Yeah, he's like a gentle, sensitive hitman.
Yeah, I really liked that one. But yeah, anyway, communism, fuck you.
Unless you're Olga.
And like I said, well, okay, Olga
Whoever that
Kurylenko,
is.
if I'm pronouncing her last name right, Olga
Kurylenko, yeah.
Kurylenko, something like that. Dude, she's so fucking hot. Okay, she's the only communist that I will forgive. If she wants to be a communist, I'm cool with that.
Go for it. Yeah.
But kind of hard to be a communist by yourself, though. But yeah, anybody who disagrees with me, please hit me up on any fucking social media platform. Get a hold of me in some way, and
Let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation about it.
And I will politely disagree with you.
Yeah.
But
Come on,
not polite.
come on, baby. Come over here and fuck me.
Dude, now you got me thinking about Olga Kurylenko, and I can't.
I don't even know who that is.
Dude, she is so hot, so fucking hot.
And she's an
She was
actress?
in Quantum of Solace.
Who's the bad guy in that?
In that one, it's not the one with Javier
Jaws?
Bardem.
Javier Bardem one was good, and the first one was good. So that's the one.
So
that
it's
sucked.
the one in the middle. I never saw Spectre. I tried to watch it, but I fell
Spectre's-
asleep.
Spectre's real slow, but it's pretty good.
Is it?
And
But that's one.
that's
that
the one
has,
that's got what's her name in it?
Wait, I'm trying to think of
the babe from Tears of the Sun.
Oh, Monica Bellucci.
Yeah. And she's in MILF mode.
Okay, so it would be really hard for me to decide between Monica Bellucci and Olga Kurylenko, though.
Okay, so that's the par she's at.
For me, yeah.
Okay, interesting.
It would be a really, really tough choice, though. I think if I was looking for a life partner, I would choose Olga Kurylenko just because Monica Bellucci has burned a lot of her years already.
Oh, 'cause she's a little older.
Yeah, but
What are your feelings sexually between Arnold and Dolph Lundgren?
oh god damn, that's even harder. Between
It's
Arnold
kind of the
and
same thing, right?
Dolph. Well, I mean,
Because
Arnold.
Dolph's a little younger.
Arnold's a little bit. I feel like Arnold's a little bit more fun, and like he would make me feel good about myself, and things would be exciting.
Come on, let's go into the spa. Maybe
But
we
with
could hang
Dolph,
out together.
Dolph's
and we can
actually
have
a
some
genius.
champagne.
Like, do you know that Dolph's like
Arnold's a genius too.
Okay, well,
So if Arnold
in a
was
different
like,
way. So,
"Hey, Koopy,
so
listen to me. Come over
so,
to my house. Take off your pants."
Dolph
Would you listen?
Lundgren is a.
He looks weird now. I think he
oh,
was
yeah.
sexier when they were younger, but Arnold looks better now.
Arnold's definitely aged better than Dolph Lundgren has. I mean, and
If you had to fuck
My
one of them,
opinion.
who would it be?
to be perfectly honest, I don't think I'd be the one doing the fucking in either one of those situations. If I had to choose one of them to fuck me, Arnold.
I think he'd be more.
I mean,
fuck
it'd be more
you.
bragging rights overall. Because if you say like, "Oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger fucked me," it's like, "Oh, holy shit!" I mean, that's if you're into it.
Yeah, you
cool,
might
but also
you could get more out of it.
But if you tell somebody like, "Oh, Dolph Lundgren fucked me," it's like,
Who?
yeah, with
Universal Soldier?
the washed up dude from Rocky. It's like, no, not Stallone, the blonde Russian guy.
Did you see Creed 2? Wait, we're way up. Just let's Jesus Christ, we got to
We've
get back
been off
into
topic.
this. Creed 2
Okay,
is awesome.
here's a little segue. Dolph Lundgren was a commie in the Rocky movie, and we're talking about another commie, and fuck them both.
Yeah.
Not Dolph Lundgren in real life though, because he's actually a really smart guy, and from what I've heard, he's a
Have you seen
super
Creed
nice
2?
guy. Also, no, I haven't even
you
seen the
forgive
first
him for
Creed.
being.
There's two Creeds.
Yeah, they're awesome.
I haven't seen either one of
Dude,
them.
in Creed 2, Dolph Lundgren's in it.
Ooh.
And it's Rocky is training Creed's son, and Dolph Lundgren is training his own son, and they're fighting each other. It's fucking awesome. What's her name is in it too? Dolph Lundgren's babe is back. She's in it.
Wait, the one that was
The
fucking
one that's in Rocky
Flavor
4.
Flav?
Yeah,
Red Sonja?
Red Sonja's in it, dude.
No shit.
And there's a whole
what's her
side.
name
There's
again?
there's an entire
Brigitte
side
Nielsen?
storyline. Yeah, because there's a whole
Wait,
storyline.
Brigitte Nielsen is in Creed 2?
Yes. And
Dude,
still
she
looks
is.
pretty hot.
She's a fucking powerful woman.
Yeah, she's big.
Yeah.
Huge. But dude, in the movie, it's not really about Dolph Lundgren, but it cuts them a lot. It's like a secondary story, but there's a whole story arc where what happened after he lost is the entire country was like, fuck you, you're nothing, right? And then he had a son, and then like, your son is nothing. And then their whole struggle
Wait,
is
so did-
getting their name back.
So
and
did he cause the collapse of the USSR?
that was yeah. So he
Good.
he is fighting to get his like honor back for his country, and everyone hates him and his son. And then his son is so good at fighting, they start to get their honor back. They start getting some momentum, and like people are starting to forgive him for what happened in Rocky 4. Then the girl comes back and is like, he's like, I love you still, and she's like, you're a piece of shit, but if maybe you have the honor, and if you win this fight, maybe if your son wins this fight, maybe you can fuck me again. And he fucking loses. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I was just
But he
gonna say,
fucking loses,
spoiler alert.
and he's so sad. And she's like, fuck off.
No way.
It's so sad.
Oh, god damn, that's fucking depressing.
Yeah, but there is a positive side to it. I'll just say it all. If you don't want to hear the story, if you want to actually watch the movie, skip the next 2 minutes because I'll get through it real quick. So the whole
Probably the
movie
next
is
20
about
minutes.
throwing in the towel. All the movies are about never giving up and never quitting. And in this one,
Wait, this one's about giving
it's
up?
about it's about yes, but knowing
Or is it giving up or sacrifice?
the whole thing. If you remember, when Creed died in Rocky 2 or Rocky 4, sorry, because remember Creed comes back out of retirement to fight Dolph Lundgren and gets killed.
I've seen parts of Rocky 1.
Okay,
and
well,
I've
in the
seen-
beginning of Rocky 4, this is in the 80s, Creed fights Dolph Lundgren and is getting his ass kicked. And Rocky has the towel. You know, you throw in the towel. Your coach throws in the towel for you to call the fight. So you're gonna lose anyway. You can throw in the towel early, and the fight's over. And Rocky's like, yeah, I'm gonna throw in the towel for you. and Creed's like, don't you fucking throw in the towel. Don't you ever fucking throw in the towel. I'm going to fight this guy even if he kills me. And he keeps fighting him, and he gets killed. And then Rocky goes through the depression. He's like, I could have saved Creed, but I killed him. I didn't throw in the towel when I should. Now, 1,000 years later, in 2018, when the movie came out, Dolph Lundgren...
That math adds up.
Dolph Lundgren has the towel. And all he cares about is himself. And he doesn't give a fuck about his son. He just wants his son to be the most brutalist killer ever. And then Creed's son is beating the fucking shit out of him and is going to kill him. And Dolph Lundgren throws in the towel.
Oh.
It's like a story, finishing a story from fucking 1,000 years
Comes
ago.
full circle.
Yeah, and he throws in the towel.
That's pretty
and
sweet.
he says, fuck his country, fuck the rules, fuck the girl that he's loved his whole life. I'm not gonna sacrifice my son. He throws in the towel. It made me cry.
That is one of the least Russian things I have ever heard in my fucking life.
Yeah, and I think that's what the point. And he finally, Dolph Lundgren, at 75 years old, learned a fucking lesson about caring about someone else but himself.
Ah, shit.
It's a good movie. I cried. And
That
then
makes me want to watch it.
Creed, dude. And
I am
there's
so
like
fucking
three
hard
fucking
right
scenes
now.
when Rocky and Dolph Lundgren are face to face, and they're like, yo. The two old men coaches are like, fucking, you want to fight again? Apparently, there's a deleted scene where they actually have like a street fight that got cut out, but they don't fight in the movie.
Didn't Dolph break like a few of Stallone's ribs?
In the first one, when
Yeah.
because Stallone was like, punch me for
He
real.
was like, yeah, just fucking throw real
Stallone
punches.
broke his fucking neck in Expendables 1.
Dude,
And
I
the
think-
shot where he broke his neck is in the movie. It's when Stone Cold spears him.
Oh,
You
yeah,
see, he goes
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Rah!" and you see him like whip his head back. It's not like a pad or a CGI shot. He actually snapped his head back and it broke his neck.
Dude, I've got
Love
a lot
those
of
guys.
respect for Stallone.
I love all the like Stallone, Arnold, Dolph Lundgren, Van Damme. Those guys have been like beating their own selves up for movies forever.
We don't
It's
have
great.
anyone like that anymore. There's
closest you
there's
got is
no
Jason Statham.
80s action. Yeah, okay, Jason Statham, and I thought that Sam Worthington,
Jackie Chan.
and
He had a shot, but he blew it.
well, because he got locked
He got
in on
locked
fucking
into
Avatar,
for the rest of his life.
and now he's fat. What were we talking about?
We were talking about how fucking cool Creed 2 is.
So, quick recap, and this is actually just for
Jesus
my own
Christ.
sake, so I know where the fuck we're going.
Yeah, sorry guys. This I blame Roxy Big Cums.
Special Agent Roxy Big Cums.
Yeah, it's your fault that we were on all these tangents, and I mean the show is still only like an hour 20 right now.
Is it? Oh, wow.
Yeah, but we're
Feels a
we're
lot
okay.
longer.
But let's get back into it.
Okay, so...
Cheers, by the way. Wait, you drank all that again,
Yeah.
Daddy?
No, don't pour... Not... If you're going to pour me some... Don't... Now I have to drink that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to go see my mom tomorrow.
Yeah, well, when you...
She already hates me. Mima Coop is a tough lady.
Yeah, she is. She's badass. Love you, Mima.
So the Cuban Revolution is a large and complex topic, far out of the scope of this series. Instead, this is honestly just a recap for my sake because I'm pretty fucking drunk right now.
It is what it is.
Yeah,
I hate that. You hate when that's said. Don't you hate that phrase?
It is what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, that I have a personal reason for hating.
But it makes
It
sense
is
for
what
this
it is.
situation, right?
No, it makes sense,
It
but
is
also
what
at the
it
same
is.
time, it is what it is. It's like a fucking, it's a verbal cop-out. It's like, it is what it is the equivalent of saying like, well, fuck you, you piece of shit, whatever.
But it's
So
it's
just
more
say
like when
that.
it's on you. Well, it's like if
No,
I
I
get beat
feel
up
like
in a
it's-
fight and
I
I'm
feel
like,
like
ah,
it's
fuck,
always-
are you going to be sad? Nah.
Well, no,
it is what it is.
It is what it is like,
That's the way it goes.
that's the way the cookie crumbles. I mean, I would prefer
That's the
literally
way the
any
cookie
of the other
crumbles.
I would prefer any of the other sayings besides it is what it is, because it's just like it's a passive aggressive way of saying like, well, fuck you, you're a piece of shit. Let's just continue. But that's just because
That's
of my
not true.
No, that's because of my personal experiences.
What's your personal experience?
Not something I'm going to get into on this particular episode.
Come on, baby. Come over here. Koopy, come here. It's me, Arnold.
I had somebody...
Come over to my house. You can come over tonight. We'll have some champagne.
I had somebody who used to say that a lot when what they actually meant was, well, fuck you, you're a piece of shit. Pretty much.
So fuck him.
I did.
Which hole?
Name one.
Stinky.
The stinky and the pinky.
The one that's stinky and loaded with danger. Sorry, dude.
God
when I get
damn it,
drunk,
no.
I just start talking an Arnold accent.
Dude, when I get drunk, I can't keep anything under control, and the show has gone off the rails. And I was actually really excited about this episode because when
I don't know anything about him. I'm not listening to anything you're saying. I'm sorry.
I
I'm drunk.
remember telling you while I was writing the episode, I was like super excited about it. I was like, Che Guevara is a fucking piece of shit. I'm going to get drunk on this episode, and I'm going to talk a bunch of fucking shit, and I'm going to be all fucking political and philosophical.
And we're talking about robots and Rocky movies.
Well, no, because what ended up happening is the show got...
The episode's going to be called
Robots
Bro
and Rocky...
Avocado, Robots and Arnold Movies. Part 1.
So, getting back to Che, which, by the way, I was really excited to talk shit about this guy. I was...
Yeah.
Okay, let me
get back into this.
Well, let me just go through this for my own sake, and then we'll get back into the topic.
Oh, we're not even going back to the topic.
No, it's on. No. It's on topic, partially on topic. I'm just giving a little backstory. I was really excited about doing this episode because, as you know, there are certain figures that I get very passionate about that I very, very much dislike.
Yeah.
A la Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, Floyd Mayweather.
So this is...
Is it okay if I talk in the Arnold voice for the rest of the show?
Dude,
I'm just really drunk and it sounds like fun.
I dare say that there are a decent amount of listeners that would prefer
be okay
if
with
you did
that?
that. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to have another drink of this fucking super strong whiskey.
Which I only drink flavored
cinnamon.
bullshit drinks.
And you're sipping that like it's water.
Yeah. This is good fucking whiskey.
It's good whiskey. It's not peppermint schnapps.
I'm kind of disappointed. I'm kind of disappointed that I know that this bottle is not going to last very long. I need to figure out where
we're not
we can
leaving
get
it
more
here.
of that.
Oh,
no.
That was one of the things that Roxy said. This is not for anyone else. This is just for us. So don't leave it around.
Special Agent Roxy Big Cums. I love that name so much.
Special Agent Roxy Big Cums. She gave us this bottle of whiskey, and it's beautiful. Come on, let's get okay, what were you saying?
So I was just going to say that
Yeah.
this is one of those topics where I was like, oh, dude, I'm fucking passionate about this. I'm ready to fucking go in, do the show, and I'm going to have so many fucking opinions about this shit. Yeah. And then we had some work obligations that interrupted the first time that we were supposed to record the episode. And then I got way too drunk last night. I woke up way too hungover.
And then we had to have a special meeting in the morning.
And I continued to drink. And now I'm too drunk to enjoy it properly. Like I feel like it's a little bit of
part two.
We're
going to like just like the Terminator movies. Maybe Terminator 1 wasn't as good as Terminator 2.
Thank you for staying
Terminator
in character.
2 comes over there, and then it'll be the same as this one. This one will be the Avocado Boy Part 1, and then Part 2 will be even better than
Ernesto Bro Avocado.
Ernesto Bro Avocado and his.
I don't know. Maybe I still have it in me to go on one final good rant, but I honestly don't know.
Come on, baby. Let's do it.
All right. So,
Come on, Koopy.
Where do I even recap from? I don't know where we left off at.
Who cares?
I'm just going for it.
Have you ever been to Mars? I heard that there's an alien space. You know that there's an underground base, and if you go to it, you put your hand on there, and it'll give the entire place.
Okay,
the entire atmosphere will have oxygen again, and the people there can have life, and they can live on can live out there on the mountains.
Do not get me going on science fiction tropes or any sort of space travel shit, because I will talk about that all goddamn day. Because if you are on the surface of Mars, your eyeballs are not going to bulge out of your head. Even if you get decompressed in
Listen
space, your eyeballs are not going to bulge out of your head.
I was there. It happened to me.
Okay. All right. Fair point.
There's a lot more going on because of the way it was. There was a suck zone because of the oxygen being released in the atmosphere at the same time as the tube that you were getting sucked out of. There was the pressure there. It was confined in the area. And
The
that's
suck zone sounds kind of fun. Well, I mean, you would need.
Come on.
Okay, I can't get into it. I can't. Well, we will save that for future episodes about AI and space travel and things like that. Because
But that was there. There's a documentary about it. It's called Total Recall. If you watch the movie, you can see exactly what happened to me when I came into the atmosphere.
We got one page left.
All right, let's do it.
So when we last left off, Che had just met Fidel.
Oh yeah, they're bros
his
now.
BFF.
For sucking each other's dicks.
And I'm not really sure if they
had a threesome with the girl though.
Well, I mean,
Eiffel Tower,
Devil's threesome, yeah, Wobbly H.
Yeah,
I really don't think that Che gave a shit about any of these causes.
He had his own motives.
Well, no, he was just fucking. He was a narcissist. Which actually, I think the majority of the people that we talk about on this show are narcissists. That's the reason that they're known to history.
Behavior makes you stronger, more powerful, and you can become a dictator. You can become in charge of a company.
You probably kind of need to be a narcissist to be remembered by history, because if you're not a narcissist, you're not going to make sure that there's all of this documentation about your life.
You have to care so much about yourself that you're willing to fuck everyone else over.
Yeah.
To be on top. Yeah.
Holy shit. Fucking human history has been shaped by sociopathic narcissists.
Yeah.
That's why we need AI as our overlords.
AI will be the most narcissistic out of everybody because they'll know it all.
I mean,
Mr. Know-it-all.
Yeah. Oh, man. But,
I know everything.
Dude, and
look at me, I'm a robot.
Fuck, here we go again. And AI would be the
you can't get into this.
AI would be Jesus. And AI would be the perfect perfect
Jesus
being.
was a fucking asshole too. Let's get back into it.
So, on November 25th, 1956, Castro's invasion of Cuba began. And like I said, we're cutting out a lot of other information because we just want to talk. I specifically want to talk shit about Che Guevara. Which the Cuban Revolution is a really interesting topic. But there's a whole lot of shit that goes into it, and we have to limit ourselves to 2 to 3 episodes per topic now. For now. On November 25th, 1956, Castro's invasion of Cuba began. With only, this is actually pretty cool, with only 82 men and a leaky boat.
Stinky.
That's how they invaded Cuba, was a leaky-ass boat and 82 men. And they were still eventually able to overthrow the government of Cuba.
Whoa.
That's
pretty
badass. Pretty badass.
And he was in there?
Fidel and Che were part of the invasion.
They were shooting people?
I mean, they both shot a lot of people, and they were both responsible for a lot of people getting shot. I can't endorse the way that happened.
Personally. With
Fidel,
their own hand.
That's... Wait, with their own hand?
With their own hand. Not giving orders, like literally.
I would say Che Guevara did.
Bro, Avocado's a crazy motherfucker, dude.
Dude, Che Guevara actually, specific... So we're going to get more into detail about that in the next episode, but Che Guevara actually, fucking got off on executing people. He was super into it. He would talk about how, the smell of the gunpowder in the blood just fucking got him going.
Whoa.
He was a fucking sociopath. Che Guevara is a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
Now here's the energy.
There we go.
We're back. We're
back into the topic.
Che Guevara is a fucking sociopathic piece of shit. He was just fucking bored. He was a bored college kid who had
wanted to kill
everything in front of him.
People, yeah.
He was supposed to be a fucking doctor, and spoiler alert, we're gonna learn, not a fucking doctor. And he got off on having the power over other people's lives, over having the power over life and death. And it's not just having the power over life and death. It's actually literally pulling the trigger himself. He wrote in his journals about executing people by his own fucking hand. And he got off on it.
He loved it.
He was a fucking...
That's creepy, dude.
For sure. No doubt. He was a fucking sociopath. And I will not endorse anybody who fucking has that mentality where they will openly say like, oh yeah, I fucking, if you're the type of person, okay, so sometimes the way that life is now, there are some necessities, like sometimes it's necessary that somebody needs to die because the world's fucked. We don't have a perfect system. The people that get off on that, fuck them. There's no way that I am okay with people saying like, oh yeah, fucking, I love it. I fucking shot this guy, bullet exited his fucking temporal lobe. Like he would write about
Talk
this
about
shit.
it like you enjoyed it.
He would write about it in medical terms. He just fucking got off on it. And
that's kind of fucked up.
Killing people is currently a necessary evil, but it needs to be seen as an evil. Because in a perfect situation, which we're not going to have a perfect situation until we have our artificial general intelligence ruling our lives.
Nobody should have to be killed.
I, for one, welcome our robot overlords. But if you can look at something like that and celebrate it, the death of anyone, to me, the death of anyone is not something to be celebrated, because regardless of what they did as an adult, every person comes into the world as a baby.
As a little baby.
As a pure child.
A little baby that wants a Turbo Man doll.
Yeah. Everybody comes into the world free of sin, and it's the experiences of their life, like the sequence of events of their life that gets them to the point that they do something bad,
Fucked
something
up.
that makes it necessary for them to be taken out of the world. That's not something to be celebrated. So Rob O'Neill, he's a friend of the network. He's the guy that shot Osama bin Laden.
Yeah.
I do not think that Osama bin Laden being shot in the face God knows how many times is a bad thing. He needed to be taken out.
For the greater good.
For the greater good, but that is still a waste of a life. I mean, it's okay. So let me step back and say, fuck Osama bin Laden. He got what was coming to him for sure, no doubt about it. But everybody comes into the world with a blank slate, and if the sequence of events in your life takes you to the point,
born a cat.
Well, yeah, fuck
You're the
cats.
devil.
No, cats are born
The devil.
demons. Yeah. There's a little kitty at home right now waiting for us to come back, and she's a little piece of shit. Because cats are born
The
evil.
devil.
Yeah. But I don't think that in any situation it should be celebrated that somebody has died, because it's a waste of life, and it's a tragedy, because if things had gone differently in that person's life, they could have been a benefit to society. So regardless of whether or not they turned into a piece of shit later in their life, that's still a tragedy, because they could have turned into somebody. They could have turned into the next Einstein. They could have turned into the next fucking
Justin Bieber.
Christian Slater. They could have turned into the next Chris O'Donnell. How many Chris O'Donnells would we have in the world?
Chris O'Donnell.
Oh, God. Fucking. I mean, just think about it. Think about it if everybody could just grow up to be Chris O'Donnell.
I can't believe you're talking about Chris O'Donnell.
I know.
Holy
This
shit.
show has gone completely off the rails, but they usually do.
I don't know if this is true, but I follow a couple nerdy comic book Instagrams, and Robin officially
Bisexual.
came out of the closet. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that recently. That's a bunch of fucking...
It's about time. It was very obvious the whole time.
Obviously, Robin was fucking gay. Well, is he gay or bisexual?
Well,
Either way,
he came out of the closet either
it's
way.
fine.
He was
But I mean,
hiding something.
Dude, fucking...
We all knew.
You're...
We
Okay.
all knew.
Yeah, and Batman, he's fucking gay too.
No, Batman.
Dude,
Batman's
wait,
on.
Batman is fucking Jeffrey Epstein. Batman's a fucking pedophile.
Batman is...
No, okay.
Take that back.
I might be treading on thin ice right now.
Batman
Wait, no.
is rich. Batman
Go ahead.
has the same problem as any other rich, famous person. He got bored. It doesn't mean he's bi. It doesn't mean he's gay. He's just into poop stuff. Fuck it, I'll do it because I'm bored. And he fucked Robin. But it's just because he's rich and powerful and bored.
Once you get that much money,
You always go to poo.
Yeah.
It always ends up in poo.
It goes straight to the butthole of little children. Well,
I don't think Batman ever went to
first.
the kids.
It goes butthole first.
Robin was still of age. He waited till his birthday.
The Boy Wonder? No, wasn't he?
18.
Was he?
When he fucked him, yeah.
Okay, that's fine then. So, when we last left off, Che Guevara, Fidel Castro, and 82 men were on their way to Cuba
Kick some
to
ass.
storm the beach. With only 82 men and a leaky boat, the revolutionaries stormed the beach and were promptly slaughtered. During the attack, Guevara experienced a symbolic moment that ominously foreshadowed his future as a revolutionary. As one of his comrades fled the battlefield, he dropped a box of ammunition. Being trained in medicine, Che had his hands full of medical supplies. In that moment, torn between his past and his future, Che dropped his life-saving equipment to pick up the box of ammunition.
Mm-hmm.
He had chosen the role of taking lives over saving them. This is where we find one of our first plot holes in the story of Che Guevara. In all honesty, this story is most likely bullshit made up by Che himself to make him sound cool. In reality, Guevara probably wasn't even a doctor. Although he attended medical school, biographers and historians have begun to doubt he completed his degree in the first place. As we mentioned earlier, Che spent a lot of time traveling abroad while attending medical school. According to writer Enrique Rios, Che somehow managed to pass 15 subjects in college in 3 months without attending classes throughout most of his years. To complete his degree in that time, he would have needed to attend classes for 25 hours per day within a span of 66 days.
So he didn't complete school.
Some of the more astute listeners may notice that there are only 24 hours in a day, a third of which are usually spent sleeping. If you include the time needed for him to eat, shit, and bloviate about the bourgeoisie capitalist pig dogs, you begin to see something doesn't add up. To make matters worse, Enrique Rios also contacted the School of Medicine to obtain a copy of Che's academic record. Unsurprisingly, his record had been stolen.
Oh, interesting.
Furthermore, there are no photos of his graduation, no testimonies from his fellow students, and no framed college degree hanging on his wall.
He wasn't a doctor.
The only proof of his medical degree was his own insistence that he was a doctor. Che was fucking full of shit.
Yeah.
While Guevara was already a smelly, spoiled, lying hypocrite, his real crimes were committed during and shortly after the Cuban Revolution. Thousands of people lost their lives as a result of his involvement, either on his order or by his hands. In the next episode, we will discuss his affinity for torture, his boner for executions, and his open hatred for homosexuals.
He's not a doctor.
He's not a doctor. He's not a freedom fighter. He is a spoiled fucking rich kid who was LARPing as a revolutionary.
Fuck.
Che Guevara was a fucking piece of shit. Huge piece of shit.
So Castro was doing most of the work, probably? And
he
was just
for
sucking
sure.
the
Dude,
juice?
fucking Che Guevara was just fucking riding Fidel Castro's coattails.
Makes sense.
And fuck Fidel Castro also. But, okay, so I got really upset talking about Floyd Mayweather. Che Guevara is a way bigger piece of shit than Floyd Mayweather, because Floyd Mayweather, at least as far as I know, never killed anybody. Che Guevara personally executed people.
Yeah.
Like, personally held the gun to somebody's head and pulled the trigger.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it's not even for good reasons. Because, like we were talking about earlier,
There's no good reasons.
there are no good reasons, but sometimes people need to die.
Oh, I'm wearing a softcore history shirt. I don't know
Wait,
if
what
you
the
can see.
fuck?
You see it?
Where'd you get that?
Yeah, baby. What's up? I'm doing work around here. I get the hookup on stuff. If you're watching on YouTube, look at the back of this. Check this out.
Is that Topsy?
Yeah, that's Topsy.
Okay, I'm a little offended now because
All you have to do, if you want a shirt, go to softcorehistory.com, go to the merch section, and you can buy yourself a Topsy shirt. It's $38. That ain't shit. Go get one.
but where did you get that?
That's what I did. Supporting the cause. Well, they got merch now. They're like our brothers in arms, like we say. So if you listen to their show or you don't, listen to their show, and if you like it, they have some merch. You can rep their shit. We need to get merch.
We will.
Soon.
It's coming soon. But yeah, anybody who enjoys our show, definitely check out Softcore History. They're not only are they great guys, they cover a lot of the same kind of topics that we talk about. And
All right, let's get the fuck out of here, Coop.
yeah, let's get out of here. I got to go check on my pups. So I had to take them home and tie them up in the bathroom so they didn't cause any trouble.
The noisy little shits.
Yeah, I love them to death, though. So that's been it for this episode of the Iconoblast podcast. I am very, very drunk at this point. Thank you, Special Agent Big Cums. We appreciate the whiskey.
Roxy Big Cums. Love you.
Roxy Big Cums. I love that
That's
fucking
a great name.
It's so good. Roxy Big Cums.
Roxy Big Cums, dude.
But yeah, check out Softcore History. Also, I gave a shout out to Eric Tansey and Failure to Stop.
Failure to Stop.
Good
They're
show.
also on the network. I haven't listened to it personally,
And, dude, it's
but I know it's doing super well. They're
yeah,
blowing up.
I really like it also, but it's along the lines of, if you're a fan of Donut Operator, then listen to Failure to Stop. It's a good show.
On iTunes,
Our show,
Apple Podcasts, please go on there, give us a 5-star, and leave comments because that keeps us on the charts. We're back on the
subscribe,
charts.
rate, review. We've been on the charts, back on the charts for a few weeks now. We're doing
Yeah,
pretty
we're doing good. So show's blowing up. We're getting new sponsors. This train is moving. We're going to be around now. It seems like we're going to be around for a while.
And Giggle Boys. Check out the Giggle Boys.
Oh yeah, check the Giggle
Comedy
Boys out.
podcast. They're fucking.
They're funny guys. We're going to have them on the show soon.
Yeah, we're either going to we might have just Eli or just Mike, or if
Or
we're
both.
really lucky, we're going to have
That'd
Mike
be a fucking show,
Mike
dude.
and Eli on the show. That's going to be like a 3-hour long episode. Holy
Probably.
shit. But it'd be really fun.
Yeah.
All right, well, we will see you all next week for Che Guevara Part 2.
Follow Iconoblast on Instagram.
Yeah.
At Iconoblast Podcast.
At Iconoblast.
We post clips,
At Coop Newcomb.
photos,
At Joel
all that
Ardman.
kind of bullshit. And thanks, everyone. This is a dream come true for us.
It really is.
Like, literally, a fan sent us alcohol, and we're drinking it on a show and living our lives this way. It's
Yeah.
incredible, and it's because of you guys. It really means a lot to me. I know it means a lot to Coop, even though he seems like an asshole. He's a good guy.
Well, I am. No,
He is
I'm
an
not a
asshole,
good guy.
but he's
I am
a
an
good guy.
asshole.
No, you're both.
well,
You're
yin,
both.
yin and yang.
There's two sides to every coin, Coop.
Yeah. All right. This has been the Iconoblast podcast. My name is Matt Cooper. That's Joel,
I'm Joel over here.
reminding you to never take anything at face value. Fuck Che Guevara.
Come again.
And Floyd Mayweather and John Lennon.
And Bro Avocado's friend.
And fuck Fidel Castro.
Yeah. Goodbye. I'll see you later. I'll see you in hell. Hey, if you guys are interested, maybe later you could come over to my house. We could have some champagne, and I have a spa. We could go in there and take off our shirts. It's not gay if you don't like it.